Welcome to Speedway Crazy Show. The Argentinian super talent will be with us shortly. That's Coty Garcia, and he is waiting for us in Argentina. But before that, we will have a little bit with Kuba. And there we have you, birthday boy from yesterday. Congratulations, 29 years old. 1 year closer to 30 and the pit of hell or something. So, how's life in Poland?
Nice. We have nice weather.
Yeah.
We start training and the sparrings, and
Running, yeah?
we have a lot of speedway now.
Wow. Amazing. Still
Yes.
in Norway we don't have any speedway right now.
Yes,
But we have some lockdowns and all this. But
Yeah.
I seen online that Norwegian speedway tracks are melting, all the ice and snow is gone, and they're just waiting it to dry up a little bit so they can put up the air fence. So everyone is like sitting, waiting. Hey, I read some news on Speedway Grand Prix. They actually cancelled.
Yes, the first GP
Yeah,
is cancelled in Terenzano
yeah, in
in
Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cancelled because we have you know what.
The flying virus.
Yes.
Was it the English virus or South African virus or Brazilian virus?
And we
Maybe
have,
Cuba virus.
in Poland we have a British virus.
So they don't have Cuba virus in.
No.
No. So you are not the virus.
Yes.
And we read a little bit more also in Lublin Club. They also a little bit in the mud, you can say.
Yes, of course. They haven't a first match in the first date
Yeah. That's
because
it's on Saturday. They were supposed to race on Saturday in Lublin. Yeah, the first round in Pega Extraliga for Lublin Club.
Yes.
Who were they going to race against?
Jarek, I don't know with who,
Yeah,
but Jarek Hampel is sick.
with Corona.
Yes, and Grigori Łaguta is too.
That's why he never answer my messages. Or maybe he will answer now. We will see. Maybe we can get him live with Corona in a few weeks. We will see. Yeah.
Yes, and
But it's
about
terrible.
this, I have a news
Yeah.
because Krzysztof Cegielski.
Yes.
He thinking about the restriction and corona.
Yeah.
It's a new tool. It can new tool to cheat in speedway.
Okay. What is Krzysztof Sidelski saying?
He say if you have, for example, a rider who broke arm or something,
Yeah.
you will two corona riders, for example, you
Yeah.
have cancelled a match,
Okay.
and it's cheating, I think.
Yes. I see.
So,
I see the point of view there.
but Extraliga said we see on this situation and we don't agree about this. And Stępniewski says I see on this club and I will I don't know.
Yeah, make a decision if they cheat or if not. Yeah. Because there's when you go and test yourself for corona, you need to get a document that say you are sick.
Yes, of
And this
course.
document cannot made by a hobby doctor in a garage. It must be
Yes.
from a real doctor, Yeah.
And if you made a test,
Yes.
you must have a ID card,
Yes.
and you must show your face and
Yes,
something.
of course you need to be there personally too.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
We all know the routine. So, when will we see you on any stadiums? Have you gotten any closer to get yourself to some stadiums?
I don't know. I think nobody know
Mhm.
it, and I won't go to the stadium, but I don't know when.
I heard something, maybe I'm wrong, but are they doing something with the Speedway Stadium in Piła?
Yes,
What is happening?
two sponsors from Grudziądz
Yes?
and Maciek Polny from Gdańsk. Yes,
Yes?
he's from Gdańsk. They make a new club in Pila,
Okay.
and mayor of the Pila, of the city Pila,
Yeah.
he wants to rebuild a stadium,
Wow.
and it's possible, and we will see. Maybe we have a real speedway in Pila.
Because Piła right now is the only track, if I understand correctly, is the only track in Poland with the black track.
Yes. Yes.
Because everything is like you look like you've gone through a fireplace.
Yeah.
You know.
We
This
have
is
a real
cold.
speedway.
Yeah. Okay.
Real classic speedway. Yeah.
You will keep us updated further on what is going on, and we really hope to see you at some stadiums very soon. And we really try to push you to, or push the rules so we can get to any stadiums.
Yes.
Maybe we should dress you up as a priest. Is that an idea?
Maybe.
Yeah. So go and learn some theology, okay?
Okay.
You have the book probably in your night drawer or something in your bedroom, so you can read that book, and maybe we can make you into a priest, and you can go and get in the back door. We will see. Okay, see you soon, Kuba, and
See you soon.
happy
Thanks.
birthday for yesterday.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Reklame. Get your favorite rider in a Speedway canvas today. Buy them at speedwaycanvas.com. And there we are waiting for Coty Garcia to arrive in our screen. You are somewhere in there. There we have you. Hi.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Yeah. Things happen all the time.
Yeah, I wasn't ready.
Nah, it's only live television. We always do some stuff like this. So, hey.
Yeah.
You're 26 years old, you're from Argentina, and you won Castrol Cup just last week. Was it last week? Yes, it was last week.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, the
many
week
matches? How many matches was this Castrol Cup?
This Castrol Cup was one meeting,
Yeah.
same as the Silcolene Cup
Yeah.
was one meeting, and the Copa Villamitre was one meeting as well.
Yeah.
The reason they are doing that only to try out the streaming type, just to get some action and a new track. So I think it was great, and I was lucky enough to win the 3 cups running the new track.
Okay. Yeah. So you're not only racing in Argentina right now. You're stuck in Argentina because of the Corona rules, as I understand, but you also race in UK?
Yeah, I do ride in the UK on the second division for Berwick Bandits.
Yeah.
I've been riding there since 2019. I was with Ipswich 2018.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a few years since I've been going backs and forwards to ride in the British leagues.
Yeah. But when you raced in Ipswich, you had this other Argentinian rider.
Yeah, Nico Covati.
Correctly. I raced against him in Argentina in 2006. He was just a young boy then.
Yeah, and a fast one probably.
Yeah, he was way too fast. And you were, when I was racing in Argentina, I think probably you were racing 50 cc.
Yeah, that's correct. I was racing on the 50 cc's. That's the smallest category that we have in Speedway over here. And yeah, I was riding that in that category.
Yeah. And how was it that you came into the Speedway sport?
Well, my dad and my mom, they were big fans of the sport. And we used to go travel, I think it was about 2 hours to each meeting only to watch it. And one day, my dad just turned up with a bike from nowhere and says, "Right, you want to give it a try?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Why not? Why not?
Yeah,
Of course,
seems
every kid wants to do that, you know.
Yeah. I was only 5 years old or 6 when he brought the bike to my house. My mom was freaking out a bit. I wouldn't, I won't be lying about that. But then she got so used, and now she loves it. She goes to every single meeting over here.
Yeah. So it came in because your parents was fans. They were never. Your father was never a rider.
No.
He was only a fan, and he brought you into the sport because he was a fan. A very interesting approach, because we talked to many people where the family is working in the stadium, like Smolinski family was kind of working in the stadium, and other guests we had, the father was a rider or something like this. But it's cool that coming from just outside as fans and bringing the kid into the sport. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. My dad was only a farmer back in the day, still a farmer. So it was really nice of him to actually give me the chance to do this sport that I love so much nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were only a fans. Later on, we built our own track, our own stadium on my hometown. So that was really good. We did use that stadium for training, making meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the track's been breaking apart. It's been torn down now because we didn't use it over the last 4 or 5 years for the financial situation that Argentina is going through at the moment. It was a lot of money, so we couldn't afford it to do anymore. But it was fine while it lasted.
Yes, of course. And are there many young riders now in Argentina?
Yeah, on the 50 cc's, I would say we have at least 35 kids to 40.
Wow.
So that's the thing. We always are producing really natural talented riders on the smaller categories. But the cost of the 500s, which is obviously the top division or the top category, the costs are crazy over here, so a lot of those kids, unfortunately, they do make the jump from the 50s till 200 cc's and then to the 500 cc's, and they struggle all the time to get the parts, to get the training done, but we always have, really a lot of kids coming through the sports. That's one thing.
So it's kind of growing now in Argentina with the young kids. Okay, 35. If you look to other sports, that's nothing. But for our sports, it's a lot of riders, and it's important riders. But do you have the 80cc class? Like we don't have here.
We do have 50 cc's, 55, and then 200, and then obviously you jump from 200 to 500. In my case, I started when I was 6 in the 50s.
Yes.
And then when I was 10 or 12, I just jumped straight to the 500 cc's.
Okay. So what's the rules for age and cc? What's the rules there in Argentina? Are there any rules? Can you just race what you want, or?
No, you have rules, obviously. You have on the smaller categories from 6 to 10 on the 50s, and then from 10 to 12 on the 50s and the 55 cc's. And then for the 200 cc's, it's open. You know, you can be 12, 13 and ride up against guys of 30.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the 500 is exactly the same. We have a class. A and
yeah.
class, you know, the B is for the less, you know, experienced riders.
So, as I understand you correctly, you can start with 500 cc when you are 13 years old.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's what I did.
Because in Europe or in Norway, but Norway followed the FIM rules and regulations. But in Norway, you need to, the year you become 16, you don't need to be 16, but the year you become 16, you can race in Norway 500 cc in every championship inside Norway, and also in Sweden and Denmark and probably other countries too. But I know in FIM you need to be 16. In FIM you must be 16 to,
Now here is not, the age is not a problem. You know, they do a timing test. If you do 4 laps, you know, less than a second than the top time, you're allowed to actually race there. So that's a pretty cool,
So you doing the time test nearly as same as they do in Poland, in a kind of similar way. In Norway, we don't have that. We don't have that test in Norway. I never heard we used anything like that.
Yeah, I think it's really cool if you do it that way, because some kids nowadays, if they started off young, like 13, let's say in the 500, you get to the age of 15 and you want to go to a meeting, and sometimes the kids are going really quick. Well, you will see in the 21 World Championships and that. You know, it's in one way it's allowed them to grow better or faster into the sports, because they are racing up against guys older than them with more experience, so they can learn actually from them, or even just go and beat them. You know, it's happened before, so it's good.
But it's also much easier to ride the 500 cc bike because you got all the power in the world, you know?
Yeah.
So in every situation you come into when you're racing the lower cubics, then you will have a lot of problems, especially with the 85 cc two-stroke motocross engine, you know, which they use here in Europe and in the Youth World, in Gold Trophy, Youth Gold Trophy World Championship for 85 cc. These bikes, they are like explosive angry bees, you know. and if there's a little hole in the track, the bike go everywhere. You know?
Goes everywhere.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But you're 26 now. You surely are a talent, because in Argentina you got loads of top level riders, you know. I saw that myself when I was there in 2006. We came there and thought this will be an easy match for us from Europe coming to you guys, but we got beaten up, you know. But what is your future plans? What is your dreams? Is it Poland, Speedway Grand Prix, Speedway European Championship? Of course, you cannot do European Championship unless you get an Italian passport, but yeah.
I have a Portuguese passport.
Already cheating. Okay, so you can do European Championship then.
No, my dream would be actually to make the Polish leagues if I can someday. You know, I feel that I'm ready. I'm quick on the European tracks, or because likely they're more like the Argentinian tracks. In the UK, the tracks are really tough. You know, sometimes they're mega grippy or mega slick or so tight that it's actually really hard to ride. But it's been teaching me a lot.
Yeah.
I feel that I'm ready to actually go to Poland and try in the first division.
Yeah.
You know, if I get the right equipment, you know, I know that I'm fast enough to actually just go out and beat some really good names.
Yeah.
I've been done in the past, you know, when Jakub Jamrok was here in Argentina, I think it was 2-3 years back.
Yeah.
He won the championships, and I came second, and Nico came third. I think we were beating them, you know, Jamrok, Pavel Meshiak, and a few other top, you know, Polish riders.
Yeah.
So I don't think will be a problem. You know, sometimes get the right equipment is a problem for us. But, you know, if I'm good with engines or bikes and stuff like that, I think, you know, I won't be saying that it's easy, but I'm capable of beating most of those guys.
But what is the issues for you as an Argentinian speedway rider? Do you need an employee contract to go from Argentina, for example, when you race in UK? How are you allowed to stay in UK more than 3 months?
Obviously, up till last year, I was using my double nationality with Portuguese passports.
Okay.
But now, Henrik is doing the visas. You know, I will need a visa like the Australians do. It's the same for us.
Okay.
So, if one day one club wants to call anyone from Argentina, they will have to do their visas, and they will be good to go.
So, if you want to race in more clubs in Europe, so you need a visa, you need employment, you need to be employed by a club. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the catch.
Have you been trying out for the qualifications for Speedway Grand Prix?
This year meant to be my first year of trying it. I didn't want to do it before because I wasn't ready. I thought I wasn't quick enough to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm the kind of guy that I want to turn up to a place and not have a bad meeting or not be prepared enough. So I've been waiting to get the right amount of experience and, you know, better bikes and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I meant to be last year, but it got cancelled. So I'm now meant to be this year, but I'm stuck here in Argentina at the moment. But if I'm able to fly, it's gonna be at the end of May. I think it's 22nd of May.
So you already have a date which you hope that you can go to Europe.
Yeah. We are planning to travel if they open the country or the borders the last week of April.
Yeah. Have you had any injuries in your career?
Yes.
Tell us.
Unfortunately, more than what I would like. Yeah.
Some serious or just concussions?
Yeah, a few concussions and a few broken bones. Nothing too serious.
But the good things with concussions, you don't remember them so well. So it's like living around with a little bit dementia.
Yeah.
Just a small Alzheimer's. Now, as an Argentinian speedway rider, can you live of being an Argentinian speedway rider in Argentina, or do you need to do something else on the side?
Obviously, you will have to do something else on the side during the winter because there is not many meetings. But during the summer, when we have between 20 and 18 meetings per summer, you actually make a living of it. You know, I started traveling to the UK in 2015, and up till now, that Speedway is the only thing I've been doing over there when it's winter in here, and then coming for my summer when it's winter in the UK, and just keep doing Speedway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So it's possible. So it's good money then. You have a lot of backing and sponsors. We understand Castrol is deeply inside the Speedway down there.
Yeah.
You also
we have really good sponsors. So yeah, you could actually make a good living out of it.
You also have this portal in Argentina, Speedway Total is the name.
Yes.
I think speedwaytotal.com, is it?
Speedway Total, yeah.
Yeah.
.com.
And how important is that portal for you guys in Argentina?
I think it's one of the main portals because they have been doing it for over the last 20 years, I think, now. And probably it's the most recognized website of Speedway in Argentina. I think they have like 20K followers on Facebook or something like that. And, now there's a few other portals that are growing up as well because we are trying to work out better the social media towards the sports to actually make it grow. But every website, every radio, every newspapers that actually help us to explain or to give us a few minutes, seconds, or write something about our sport is well appreciated. Because it makes it grow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So earlier I was working a lot together with Speedway Total because I was sending them like Norwegian results, what is happening. They kind of follow everything, and these guys running this, they're doing an amazing job. I really encourage people to go to speedwaytotal.com because if you want to know about Argentinian Speedway, just go there and it's a really good website.
It's a really good website, and they do a bit of everything, because the Argentinian people, the fans are crazy for the sport. Sometimes we go to a small town on the middle of nowhere here in Argentina where only 600 people lives there, but on the race day, about 6,000 people goes to that town.
Wow!
And literally, it's in the middle of nowhere. You have to park your car like 2 miles away from the track and just walk it.
But that's insane. And I remember when I was in Argentina, we were racing 1 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 o'clock at night, and it was like full of people everywhere, with kids and families, and 3,000 spectators, middle of nowhere. It was nothing there. It was nothing.
Yeah.
And it was like Speedway. Come on, everyone showed up.
Yeah, that's the thing about our sport. Sometimes for when a European rider comes along and says, right, the stadium is not that good. The tracks are good though, but when you sit through the night and it's full of people and it's like full packed down and everything, you say, well, that is what is whole spirit about. Sometimes it brings memory of the good old days. Wooden fence. Nowadays we have airbags and stuff.
Yeah, finally.
We still have wooden fence stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah. But I really like to go back to Argentina as a Speedway fan and just go there and enjoy and meet old friends because I have a lot of good friends there and the people there are very welcoming. It's a must do. This is on the to-do list. Everybody should go to Argentina in our European winter time and go there.
Just go there, yeah. It's
just
fun.
Go there.
I think the sport's growing. Now we have a brand new track in Bahia Blanca, and then I think it's about 1,000 miles from my house, right on the south of Argentina. They are doing a national stadium.
Okay.
They want to bring the World Championship Series there.
Yes, because we heard talking about the World Champion, the Speedway Grand Prix going to Argentina. We heard many people talk about that.
Yes.
How is that going?
Well, now for the virus and stuff like that, certification of the stadium has stopped it, but they had the funds. The government's actually funding it, so I think it's gonna go ahead. Hopefully by 2023 or 2022, it will be really good for our sport to actually have a Grand Prix over here. It will be crazy. It will be actually a dream come true for someone that
it will
loves the sport much as we do.
And think if we could have a Speedway Grand Prix in January or February or something, you know, when it's like summer down there and cold here in Europe, and everybody rushes down.
Yeah.
I need to find a sponsor to pay the ticket to fly down.
Yeah, but it would be really good if it could happen. You know,
That would be
the guys
amazing.
doing it. Yeah, I think they're going on the right direction. And same that in Bahia Blanca, that track could easily be another national stadium on the next 5 years. The new guys, they're actually doing the track. They're doing the right stuff at the right time. You know,
Yeah.
bringing cash flow, circling. Actually, they are getting sponsorship out of, you know, the guys from HL, from
Yeah.
Germany. You know, they're getting more and more involved within the Speedway nowadays. So it would be really good if our sport keeps growing. You know.
How many tracks are there in total in Argentina?
I think there is about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Let me count it off. Show Casares, Caroe, Colonia Gran Bahia. Yeah, there is 8 tracks.
So every track have one club. Is this club have one track system?
Yes.
Are there clubs
Yes.
which don't have a track?
Sorry?
Are there clubs in Argentina which don't have tracks, but they are only clubs and they renting or borrowing tracks from other clubs?
No. Every club owns their own track.
Their own stadiums and tracks, yeah.
Yes, their own stadiums and tracks, yeah. Sometimes the stadiums are not the best quality stadiums out there.
No, but you need to build something. You know, you need to
start
make
somewhere.
something bigger, and then you can start thinking about, okay, now we have this much money, let's make some seats for people,
Yes.
or rebuild the
Yes.
lights, or, you know.
You know, one of the tracks that is only about 100 miles from my house, you know, is that small club in the middle of nowhere. And each time that I go there, it just amazes me. Yeah, you have to. People is parking their cars 7 o'clock in the morning because through the night, they don't have space to actually park the cars. It's crazy, but it's good to have that feeling that people actually want to go and enjoy the show and
They
just actually
really love it so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
how long
great.
does a Speedway match last in Argentina? How much? How long time does one event last?
Well, sometimes far too long for my liking.
Yeah, because when I was there, I
Yeah.
thought we were waiting, and it
Yeah.
was classes and classes, and sometimes it was like 12 riders in the heat, and then it was like 6 riders, and then it was, and I didn't
Yeah.
understand the system, because it was no points, and it was time, and it's,
Yes, it was crazy.
yeah.
Now we have a better systems nowadays. We actually follow the FIM rules
Good.
a bit, you know, through the 500 with the heats, semifinals and stuff like that.
Yes.
For the smaller categories, we still have the same thing, you know, only 4 riders to the track. In 200 cc's, you can have them all on the final. That is a bit crazy. Sometimes
Yeah,
you have 30 guys.
It was 6 laps, 7, 8 laps final, you know. We was racing. The flag never came. It was around and round. It got really dizzy, you know. And I was thinking, in Bahia Blanca, I was thinking, what about the methanol? It's a big track, you know. I will use up all my methanol. I don't have that much methanol, you know.
Yeah, nowadays we do only four laps finals. That's it. There before there were 6 laps finals.
Yeah.
Now it's on course. Yeah.
How long is 100 miles in kilometers?
160 kilometers.
160 kilometers. Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I spoke in miles because I'm used to the UK
yeah,
measurement.
but miles is only used in UK and in USA, and they're probably not the same mile anyway. So, and in Australia and some other old regions of Great Britain. So,
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry to all the British countries for making fun of you. So I didn't mean that. So miles is very good also. But for my brain, I need kilometers because I'm
Yeah.
too stupid. Sorry.
That's right. That's right. I get confused too as well when I'm over
Yeah,
there.
it's like how much is what,
Yeah, yeah. They use inches rather than centimeters and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Inches, feet, miles, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what are you talking about?
How fast are you driving? 90. 90 what?
Yeah. 120, 120 what?
Yeah.
120 miles.
How long is the biggest track in Argentina in meters?
For me, in meters, 336 or 340.
So it's quite large track then.
Yeah, I would say like Europe. They're not
Or
they're
like
not
Poland.
massive tracks like Poland. I think Poland, they're bigger. Definitely, they're bigger.
Yeah, but Poland have around I still haven't seen a track in Poland which is under 300 meter. Everyone is like 300 plus meter in Poland.
Yeah.
In Norway they are like 200 something.
Yeah.
And
I think it's a good purpose to have small tracks. Sometimes Polish riders struggle when they go to Europe or to Cardiff, for example, on the small track.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually turn the bike and rather than sit on the back mudguard and just go like flat out all the time. It doesn't work like that.
We talked with Jason Bosignor, the former NLH player, which are running the Speedway in New York State in USA, and he said that riders riding on smaller tracks, they get more quick in other ways than when you're racing on the big tracks because they can turn the bike much easier, faster, smoother.
Yeah, you actually learn how to solve different problems when you are racing on the bikes. If you have a really tight track and your bike lift off in the middle of the corner and you have only 6 or 8 meters wide corners, the first time probably you will hit the fence. The second time you will react quicker. But sometimes I've seen many Polish riders going to the UK and actually fail over there because they cannot get used to the British tracks because they're high, they're grippy, they're small.
They're very technical, Jason Bosignor was really on this. The tracks in USA, for example, they're very, very small, like hockey rings small, rodeo rings. And they get so technical and this is advantage for US riders when they come to Europe. They go to Great Britain. They don't have this big problem, but I see maybe they will have problem with the speed in the body, like you will have from Poland.
Yes. I think it's good to have both kind of tracks.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that the guys from Bahia Blanca, the new track, they did it only about 260 meters, I think it is. 280. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's technical and it's still really fast.
Yeah.
You have wider.
Just a little bit more banking, and then you can actually race quite fast on 280 track.
Meters. Yeah. Definitely. Normally the tracks here, they're over 300 meters, which is big. So it's not that technical.
Yeah.
And, over the last few years, I've been telling every promoter we need to get smaller tracks to the kids to learn how to control the bike in order to become faster, so better riders for when they want to go to Europe, to the UK, to Poland, to everywhere.
Yeah.
They need to be more ready or better prepared for those kind of tracks. And, thankfully we did get that new track in Bahia Blanca, which is really technical. and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It's quick and it's technical still. So I think it's going to be a good track for the kids to learn how to ride properly.
Because it's good inside the country if you have tracks which is like overall. You have some clubs have smaller tracks, medium tracks, big tracks, because then everybody have the chance to develop themselves. And if they are not satisfied, they can go practice on that track more and more, and they cannot do it. They don't like this track. Practice more on that track you don't like,
Yeah, exactly. That's the point, to have different tracks. So I'm really glad that they make it in that way.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Coty Garcia, 26-year-old super talent from Argentina, and the Castrol Cup winner of this season in Argentina. And you're waiting, and hopefully you will be back in UK in May.
In May, yeah.
So we will cross your fingers.
After quarantine, yeah.
Yeah. So we will cross all our fingers and toes and hair nails for.
Hopefully it will happen, and hopefully by the end of the year, if I'm able to go over there, I will be able to do a few meetings in Europe or maybe Poland, and just be planning 2023 or 2022.
I think when this corona is over, the Polish agents will start appearing also in UK a little bit more. So
yeah, hopefully
the scouts, they are looking for new talents all the time. Yeah. For sure, the people I talk to, they tell me that you are a big talent from Argentina, just like Coty was when he came over to Europe. So for sure, yeah.
Let's hope so.
Hope to see you soon. We will talk to you a little bit later than in this season, we hope.
That's fine, and thanks for the time, guys. I really appreciate everything you do. So all the best, and we will keep in touch.
We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
And that was Coty Garcia from Argentina, the super talent which won Castrol Cup 2021 in Argentina. Next week here we have Sam Masters from Australia, and he's an incredible cool guy. Can't wait to see what he got for us. So see you next week. Bye.